And it's the only thing that doesn't get old, because it just keeps getting more remarkable. Yeah, everybody has different personalities, and I can have pleasure in the world and enjoy the world. And, if there's somebody in here just screaming and carrying on and yelling and breaking things, I mean, that's not a pleasant experience. Do you know what I mean? It's not this washout neutral thing. It's just that you don't have attachment, and you don't need all the pixels lined up a certain way all the time. But life can still be challenging, and it's things you still have to deal with, and sometimes actually there's a lot more things you have to deal with. Yeah, and maybe you wouldn't have been able to deal with a lot of them before too, right? So your capacity's vastly widened. Doesn't mean it's the end of everything going wrong and problems. It's quite often more, especially if you're sharing and doing this work I'm doing, as opposed to just living somewhere hiding out and just chilling. And yeah, so it's a misconception that you're supposed to be this washed out shell. It's actually you come into fullness. It's emptiness but fullness. It's quite contradictory. It's hard to express. It's just a sense of ongoing spaciousness and light and just beauty and joy. And then people come in and bother you. The phone rings or something, It's just another drama or something. I'm joking. You guys are welcome to me, but, some family members spring to mind right now. But I'd rather not take some of those calls. But it's what I do, is what's happening, right? Just like everybody else. So most of your personality remains. A lot of it remains. But, I used to have a lot of anger, a lot of, a reasonable amount of victimness for a while there. And just a bit of everything, really, just like everybody. And so that's why I teach, I think, pretty good in those areas, because I've lived them and gone through them and got to the other side of them. So it's not an idea. I know the taste. Do you know what I mean? I've been there. So it's like when you're speaking to me, there's the personality, I'm recollecting the history. It's not the washout, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're nobody, you're nothing. No, it's like, yeah, that sucks, and this is how you get out of it. Does that make sense? Or some offerings on ways, whether they work for you is another thing we have to check. Is that answering your question? I'm not sure if I've quite got the essence of your question.
Yeah, it does in part. I guess, like, does that space enjoy moving through your personality also? Like, certain enjoyment comes from...
Yeah, sometimes I really enjoy those weird jokes that come out. I get a laugh as they come out. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Yeah, it's like that, like watching the back of the words all of the time. I'm listening to them as they come out. It makes sense. It's like it's unified, but there's also something there in recognition of almost like third party. The third party witnessing this experience. I'm not sure if I'm wording this right. Because it's not two, but we're in relationships. So there's also a relationship there of some sort. Not washed out, not just nothing. There's something here that's having an experience, and it has a frame that it's working through. Yeah, it's like a Mac or a Windows, right? Do you know what I mean? It's like that, but there's millions of them like that. And the Mac puts some stuff out that's funny, and the Windows does sometimes, or not funny. Yeah, so in the human form, that is not completely experienceable. It's just too vast and too big, and we're too restricted. So this frame is a restriction. But you know what I mean? Hawkins talks about that. The maximum a human gets to on his calibration scale is 1,000. Then he talks about archangels at 40,000, and pure God is infinite. God, not God, but pure essence. But you can call it God. That's what the word, you can use it, but it's been so raped and beat up that you have to be careful with it. It becomes an object. But yeah, so there's a limit to the human experience, but and that full force would just blow the body apart. So the body is constantly getting conditioned for higher levels of it. Makes sense as the process happens. And that's what's happening to you guys too. It's exactly what's happening to you guys. That's the power of Satsang. It can be silent. It doesn't have to have noise in it. But I just think it accelerates it a bit and keeps our monkey minds entertained. Or your monkey mind's entertained. It doesn't, a lot of Satsangs are silent. They can be silent. But not many people could handle that or want to do that. So a lot of it's a response. Does that answer it now? Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes you'll catch me rephrasing things, like it'll come through and then there'll be a personal remembrance of history of this experience here that goes, oh, that could be said a better way. Do you know what I mean? From that history, if that makes sense. And so it'll adjust, like so that it's in working together. Yeah, kind of like that. So the essence of the idea will be coming through, and then it'll get coloured. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah, it's like that. I think that's probably a good way of putting it. Yeah, but you just consider the power that is available that we don't even have access to yet. That's what I mean. It's never-ending, infinite expansion. Like I was saying a few satsangs back about this having no opposite, and it's the only thing that doesn't get old because it just keeps getting more remarkable from that experience of coming from a personality and an I. It's like a flowering. It's a human flowering. We're closer to the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom than we are the animal kingdom energetically, much closer. These guys get it. And that one. But they don't have much of a personality. Do you know what I mean? So it's just there silently. Beautifully, though, beautifully.